We are now in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It is about, I think it's November 11th, fall here in Tennessee. And as you can see, we are kind of in a parking lot right here, but actually not so bad. We're at a Jellystone, which we usually tend to avoid because they get pretty crazy in the summertime. But it's fall and it's pretty much all senior citizens here right now, so pretty calm. Anyways, we are right outside the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. That's where we're headed today. But we're also down the road from Dollywood. So I don't know if we'll go there, but I don't know. We'll see where we go. Where does this area take us? Jellystone. This park actually is really nice. It's not a real big park, but it does have two small pools. And, oh, it's hard to see right now. But way up on that hill is the tent area. Okay, and the tents are actually on decks. Kind of like feeling like you're in a tree house. Pretty cool area. Check it out, they even have air conditioning. So this is actually perched up on a hill right in the middle of the campground. You can see how far down you need to go to get up here. It's a steep hill. I think you need a four-wheel drive for this one. But they also have cabins, and not too far from the main strip of where all the craziness is here in Pigeon Forge, with Dollywood excitement and water parks and theme parks and all kinds of stuff. So check it out. It's a little tricky to get in. The turn had almost like a turnabout, so it's a little confusing. And it's kind of tight for big rigs. As you can see, ours just fits on there. So they told us that we could just park right along the road here, which isn't really designated parking, but the parking space is way in the back, and they said just park there, we should be fine. So that was nice. They were very accommodating. So I'm just kind of waiting until Mark comes out. Not yet. It's okay, I've got this great book that somebody gave me as a gift, one of my coworkers. It's fantastic, gives us all the lowdown on every national park. Thank you, Amanda.
Okay, don't get too excited, because we got another 4 minutes. I'm downloading the video from when we drove into this park.
It really looks weird, so we're going to go on Bear Cove and look for signs.
Is that before or after?
It's right next to it.
What are we looking for? Is it a KOA?
It's a Jellystone.
Okay, Jellystone.
Yeah.
In 1,000 feet, turn left.
Around the corner, around the bend, hopefully we got a decent sign.
Turn left toward Bear Cove Way, then turn right onto Bear Cove Way.
That's Whaley. You think I'd take it or no?
Yeah, this says Jellystone. What does it say?
Oh, that might have said Jellystone.
Take a left. Yeah, take a left.
Oh, I gotta go.
Take a stop. And
yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a safety island here.
Okay, yeah, don't hit the safety island. That's all I'm saying. You went too far.
Oh no, the safety island is right. Oh,
right. Yeah.
What the f is that? Okay, alright, let's go.
Turn right onto Bear Cove Way.
You're gonna hit it.
Arriving at 3404 Whaley Drive on the right.
Alright.
It says office is the left.
In 600 feet, your destination will be on the right.
I'm supposed to go that way?
That's what it says. Campground. Office, yes. Yeah. Campground office. Make sure the car doesn't go down in that ditch. What are we doing? You can pull over to the right here. Watch that guy.
Oh yeah.
Made it, baby.
Oh yeah. Downloading the video from when we drove into this park and all the winding and turning coming out of the last park. I want to make sure I include that. The other good thing is that I got to tell you that this is take 2 because when I came out, I didn't have my hat on. I would have been too embarrassed. Oh, Jesus!
Honey, people know you don't have any hair now.
All right, so I'm gonna go put this stuff away.
All right.
I gotta fix my hat too.
So we left the Pigeon Forge Jellystone Park and headed out to the Smoky Mountain National Park Visitor Center. To get there, we went by Gatlinburg, and as you can see, Google wanted us to take the high road, which is actually the Gatlinburg bypass, but we've never been there before. So we decided that we actually wanted to go through Gatlinburg and see what it was all about. It was extremely congested. It took a long time to get through there, but it was cool. If we had time, I would have loved to gone back and explore it. The nice thing about Gatlinburg, though, is that they do have a trolley system where you can park and hop on and off the trolley and get to all the different attractions that they have in the town. So after driving through Gatlinburg to get there, we did decide, though, that on the way home, we're going to take the high road, which is the Gatlinburg bypass and overlooks Gatlinburg. Okay, so our first stop is at the Sugarland's Visitor Center. It's one of the several visitor centers for the Smoky Mountain National Parks.
Right, and I think it's funny that we started dressed up super warm. I had like 5 layers on. I had on almost a snowmobile suit. And so in the parking lot we're changing. I'm glad I didn't get arrested for indecent exposure, but now you can see that I'm appropriately dressed.
Got his shorts on, ready
As a
to roll.
tourist.
Ooh, it's a busy place here. We love stopping at the visitor centers whenever we visit the national parks. And they usually have a museum that gives us some of the history and highlights of what we can expect in the park. And the rangers are always helpful with all the questions that we have. There's usually some sort of short video also that gives the history and shows you the highlights and what to expect. Nobody's in here. Let's grab a seat. Checking out.
So,
do not touch the map.
Okay, so a pro tip, when you're looking at a diorama like this that has really thick glass, one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be going to the Clingmans Dome, and you can see in this diorama that it actually is the highest point on the whole area.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah, but the nice thing is the printing is really small on the map. And I noticed that if you put your head right here, it really takes the load off. And so I'm able to do a lot of studying here before we go. So, what?
Don't be lazy. Hold your head up high, man. Come on.
So, once again, head down here. But you can see Sugarland Visitor Center's right there. And we got a zig and zag and zag and zig to the little dome over there. So we got 45 minutes of driving. Let's get going.
Sometimes you just have to stop and take a look at the vista.
Well, I've been driving for about 15 minutes, so I don't get a real good look at what's over the cliff. So, okay, I'm good.
We're 0.4 miles from the Dome Visitor Center. Then there's the hike up to the Dome, Clingmans Dome. And we got people backed up. Who knows what parking will be like once we get up there.
Well, I can tell you how it's going to be zero.
Look at all these people leaving though. They've got to have some space open up there.
Those are the people that got up there and couldn't park.
Bummer. All right, pro tip. If you're going to go to a popular place in the national parks, you got to get up early. This is like prime time. What time is it about?
2:59.
About 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Yep, it's high time. And the crazy part is this is not really high season. It's not summertime, although it's a holiday weekend. It's Veterans Day tomorrow, so families are doing weekend getaway here. Avoid the summer, avoid holidays, and avoid this. And get up early. Pro tip. Okay, it only took us about a half hour to find a parking spot, but we actually did it.
So now I got to layer up because we're 6,855 feet in the air, and because we want to keep the community standards as excellent little smiley faces, we'll have to cut the camera off because I have to change my pants. So we're gonna just start our adventure of the Clingmans Dome observation area, but I know this is kind of silhouetted here and you can't really see it, but you see there's an RV parked here right at the top in the parking lot, and it's another one of my pro tips that I think next time I'm just going to bring my RV up and just park it here and not only visit the area but get some parking. So what do you think of that idea, Sue?
Excellent.
You think so?
Yeah, I won't be with you in the RV though.
Oh, okay.
Too scary.
Wow. I would say that's worth the 40-minute drive to get here.
And it's free. You can't beat it.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
kidding.
And 25 minutes waiting to get a parking spot.
Yeah, that was murder.
As a retired art teacher, high school art teacher, this is a perfect example of atmospheric perspective, something I taught my painting students. If they're trying to create depth, you want to make the things that are furthest away lighter in value. And that's because of the atmosphere. There's water, there's dirt, and unfortunately there's also pollution out there in the atmosphere, making it lighter as it gets further away. Nice. The Smokies were originally settled by the Cherokee, and they called them the Shakanhajay, which translates to be place of the blue smoke, therefore the Smoky Mountains. There's a total of 16 mountains in the park that reach over 5,000 feet, but Clingmans Dome is the highest at an elevation of 6,643 feet. It's actually the highest point in the state of Tennessee and also the highest point along the Appalachian Trail. So does this kind of remind you of our walk by the falls, zigzagging back and forth?
No, so far this isn't as bad.
It's all uphill though.
But once again, this could be the last video.
No, Marco, please. The trail up to the Clingmans Dome was at a 12% grade, and we did make a lot of stops. Almost there.
Huh. Look at this. It's a spaceship. So this is the time you're hoping that the engineering student that turned into an engineering graduate, that turned into an architectural engineering civil guy, you're hoping he did his calculations right so that when we're up there, me and Sue, the thing doesn't go tsh. Good shot of the pod up there, honey.
Oh, aren't you getting artsy? Whoa.
Yeah, let's see if it makes the cut.
The Clingmans Dome is a 45-foot concrete observation tower, and the ramp rises at a 12% grade also, just to be in sync with the trail leading up to it. It was built in 1959 and was pretty controversial because it had such a modern design compared to the other structures in national parks. Made it, Mark.
Yep. No heart attack. I'll probably be in the next episode.
So they say the visibility ranges from 20 miles on a hazy day to about 100 miles on a really clear day. So we've got the Appalachian Trail somewhere in here. It goes all along the ridges here. And Mark said he was going to hike it. I haven't seen him for a while. Hope he comes out before it's dark. The Appalachian Trail is about 2,200 miles long, and it extends between Maine to Georgia. There's a segment of the Appalachian Trail that actually goes through the Smoky Mountains National Park, and it goes right by Clingmans Dome.
Whew. Appalachian Trail is tough, honey. Come on. We've got a lot more to go. So we went to Clingmans Dome. Walked all the way around. Actually, it started way down here. Walked all the way around.
Actually, over 6,600 feet high.
Yes, and the corker is that it was built in 1959. So it was all slide rules, pencils, and papers.
Wow, good point.
Yeah, and it still didn't snap off. So it was a little tilted in there, though, didn't it?
Did you notice?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't want to scare you because I was already scared.
Oh my God. The thing is, we survived. That was the best cardio workout we've had in a long time.
Well, besides getting a potato chip bag open from Costco, remember how hard that was?
Oh, that was tough.
Yeah.
You're right. The Great Smoky Mountains are just a small portion of the Appalachian Mountain Range, which are actually amongst the oldest mountains in the world. I think that's amazing. Don't you just wonder, how do they know this? The Great Smoky Mountains National Park is actually America's most visited national park. It really is a mecca for outdoor lovers, but it's also really close to tourist towns like Gatlinburg and Pigeon and several others, and there is so much to do in those towns. Are you going to be okay, Mark?
So here it is. What is it? 5:30?
5:30, November 11th. In Tennessee. We're south now.
In a national park.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get frozen solid. I have a down quilted Costco jacket, a Columbia fleece.
Fleece, yeah. How many shirts on?
A sports cool long sleeve.
Oh,
a sports one here. Oh, okay, this is the problem. I don't have my t-shirt on. And I'm frozen solid.
How many more days till Florida, hon?
What day is today?
The 11th.
All right, you're kidding.
No.
We have that many?
You've got more than 2 weeks to go.
Oh, we have
Will he make
20
it?
days yet to get there.
Will he make it?
Okay.
So anyways, we're here enjoying the sunset and the moonrise. See the moon over there?
Mm-hmm.
Pink.
How did I ever tolerate cold weather?
And here we are heading back to Pigeon Forge. We're actually now on the Gatlinburg bypass, much higher than Gatlinburg, looking down on the city. With a full moon, what an incredible view.